All right, friends, it's T-Man, and I'm back. I got a brand new video for you. It's on Alex Eubanks. Yes, man. I haven't really done anything on this guy before, but I'm going to do a video now on Alex Eubank, gym lifting, recruiting lifting, fitness lifting slave. I don't know what to call him. The influencer slave, I guess, right? Okay. Alex Eubank says 3 workout mistakes that are killing your gains. Okay, let's find out what they are.
Do I like dirty bulking? Yes, I am a fan of dirty bulking. I don't care if you're in the gym for 3 hours a day. There's gonna be someone who goes in the gym for 45 minutes. They will get more out of their workout than you did in your 3 hours just half-assing chasing a pump. So for
yeah, dirty bulking doesn't build muscles. It just makes you fat. So I don't know what he's talking about. That's not what builds muscles. Eating artificial food, bulking, getting fat doesn't build muscles. That's what he's saying, bulking. That's what he's referring to. That's when people say bulking, they mean getting fat. What does getting fat have to do with building muscle? How is that associated with building muscle? It's not.
For me, one of my biggest mistakes that I made is do not make the same mistake that I made.
Yes, don't make the same mistake he did. Don't get fat, okay? I don't know what he's doing, but it's fake. Whatever it is, it is. That's just my opinion, though. I don't know what he's doing, but it seems fake.
Today is starting the day officially. I want to get more to calisthenics again, like I've been saying in past videos. So.
Calisthenics. Yeah. You could basically do anything. As long as protein synthesis exceeds its breakdown, you'll build muscle. So it doesn't really matter. And it's in the timing as well.
So my main programming is going to be calisthenics based. Still going to have strength / hypertrophy based stuff in workouts, but I want to get stronger in the calisthenics department and get back to being really good at that stuff. So taking some
He wants to get stronger at calisthenics, or he wants to get better? I've never heard a gymnast say, I want to get stronger at doing gymnastics. They usually say, I want to get better at doing them. This guy is really crazy. This is the insane lifting world where I'm gonna get stronger at it. You're getting better at doing it. Shut up. Unless you've gotten bigger, you haven't gotten stronger. Lie.
Today, I was kind of tossing it up between the Rise Sour Punch and the...
It's just like this. He's eating these fake chemicals. Like, seriously, man, you're pumping fake chemicals in your body. Think about that for a second. What is that doing to you?
Stella one, which is the owner's pre. This is not in stock. I hope he brings it back because this is honestly my favorite formula that we've ever done on top of it.
You want to know what this is? These chemicals are for slaves to make them work a lot harder. Yeah, slavery was abolished in the 18th century. It just took on a life of its own. They slave you to these stimulants. It's a stimulant to slave you. So you could be slave to gyms, your slave wage. Whatever you're doing out there, it'll slave you to doing all these weird, crazy things. Because that's what it is. It's like a drug.
The flavor's amazing, so you crazy formula with a crazy flavor. The only thing next to this in terms of formula is Noel's Pre, the Pump Daddy, or the Godzilla, but those don't taste nearly as good.
Yeah, fake artificial stimulants made in a laboratory. Okay.
This one does. So I took this one, about half a scoop. If you want to get something that just tastes amazing and has a lot of good caffeine in it, this is your go-to. Code Alex15.
Yes, it tastes really good and has a lot of caffeine stimulant to make you slaves work harder in the gym. I don't know how many reps to build a muscle. 100? How many reps build a muscle? Hey, how many people does it take to screw in a light bulb?
Okay. But I hope Nick brings this back because this stuff tastes amazing. Probably my favorite flavor next to the sour green apple. You get 10 grams of L-citrulline in this, which is crazy. 10 grams is absolutely insane, and there's a bunch of other stuff.
Wow, you get 10 grams of citrulline in there. My God, 10 grams of citrulline. Woo, ha, 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 ha. And who knows whatever else is in there. His favorite apple flavor and all that. Yeah, okay.
This caffeine, 300 milligrams caffeine in this whole thing.
Wow, 300 and something 50 milligrams of caffeine. Yes, a stimulant. To slave you, to make you work even harder than the last time.
Scoop, there's arginine nitrate, there's vasodrive, there's cetocholine, PKTP, glutathione,
glutathione, lipotine, rupatine, and shipatine, and whatever else is in there, man, to give you these phony bumps and things. Make your body do crazy things in the gym to fool your mind to think that actually something is really going on there. This is insane, man.
So much good stuff in this, so I love it. Time to go train.
Can you imagine? He actually paid for that stuff to enslave himself to the gym.
And chest and shoulders with some calisthenics.
I've been losing sleep.
I don't see any calisthenics, but hey, man, I don't want to get a copyright watching this, okay? Okay. He's doing some bench presses. Looked okay. Flies. Whatever. Man, I did a video already previously. It got messed up, and that's why I'm doing this video over again. And I'm not going to do with all the information anymore. I put a lot of work into it, so I'm just going to go through it anyways, a summary. Okay, I'm giving away the rest of the week some calisthenics training program, whatever, free. Who cares? Sick of any calisthenics shit.
To show some support and love, it does help. It goes a long way. Today, we're going to be going over my top 3 biggest fitness mistakes that I'm going to
Finally, it's about time. What are they?
tell you that I made so that you do not have to make them, because I probably would have an even more impressive physique to this day if I would have known these when I first started training. Given the whole era of like where the fitness industry is at today, with like TikTok, optimal training, all this stuff, there's so much free, readily available information at your fingertips. So much
There's a lot of free fake information out there, yes.
people can just like start training correctly off rip, which is extremely important because your newbie gains, you gain so much more muscle in your first 2 years of lifting than you.
No, you don't. You don't gain it in the first 2 years. You gain it in the first week. It tells you that in science. In the first 2-3 weeks you gain it, and then after that you don't gain anymore. You gain those so-called newbie gains, but you never really furthered that domain because you didn't do specific things to further it. And any other gains that you're getting in those 2 years, they're probably sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, phony gains. There's 2 types of hypertrophy. There's hypertrophy and there's hyperplasia. Hypertrophy, hyperplasia. Then there's a third one, sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. It's a fake muscle growth.
Will gain naturally throughout your whole career of working out. And that's just how it is. So for me, one of my biggest mistakes that I made is I was cutting.
You don't. You gain that muscle when you were untrained, when you first come into the gym. Science tells you that. It's even in nuclei overload training. There's a map in there. It shows you that.
Too much during my first year of working out. Now, again, this depends on your type of like body composition and whatnot. If you are not like over 18 to 20% body fat, you can bulk like when you start lifting.
Again, what's with this getting fat? Protein synthesis needs to exceed this breakdown to see that mass on the myofibrillar. This is ridiculous.
You do not need to cut. For me, I didn't have like shredded abs yet when I was 16 when I started. I was still lean though. I was like skinny fat. I was like probably 15-16% body fat. I didn't know what I was doing. I cut out all carbohydrates because I thought that
It's not called newbie gains. It's called myonuclear domain size limit, okay?
carbs were bad, which is so stupid. They're not at all. And I ended up doing a stupid amount of cardio every single day. I was probably in like a 600 to 800 calorie deficit.
Cardio? Exercise is cardio. Lifting weights is cardio. What does he mean by cardio? Running? Why does everybody think that's running? Running is cardio. Doing any labor work is cardio. What the hell?
Every single day for like such a long time when I first started when I was 16. It was just so stupid, and like I did not get the most out of my newbie gains. Luckily, after like 6 months, I started getting into like actual
Your newbie gains because you eased into it, so you didn't get much of your myonuclear domain. You didn't get much of that because you either eased into it or something. I don't know. You didn't go hard, bro.
weightlifting in the gym. I was doing so much calisthenics beforehand, but I started really kind of like utilizing the gym, lifting weights correctly, started eating more food, started bulking up a bit to where I got to like 100.
Eating more food? What kind of food? You keep saying bulking. That has nothing to do with the word protein. Protein builds muscles. Bulking makes you fat.
90 pounds at my peak when I was 8.
That's why I don't believe that he's a natural lifter. I don't know about natural. I don't know what he's doing. I can't say, okay? It's based on some of my opinion and facts and things, whatever, looking at him. I don't see it. Because the way he's talking, it's fake.
18 in high school, that was the biggest I ever was. I was eating a little bit too much at that point, 5,000 calories a day, which goes into my second point of being
He's always walking around really pumped, too. Maybe it's all the products he's eating, these fake chemicals. They're all inducing this look. The creatine, the Creo pump, and whatever else he's using there to maintain this phony look. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. As far as natural, it doesn't have to be drugs. It could be fake supplements that are retaining a lot of water in his system, maybe 15 pounds of water, looking like giving the appearance he has muscle, and carbohydrates, this bulk diet crap.
Absolute goober was dirty bulking to the max. Do I like dirty bulking? Yes, I am a fan of dirty bulking.
Yes, I'm a fan of getting more fat, adding more crap, garbage food so I can get more fat. Yes, I'm a fan of that. What?
Because I love food. And for me, I hate tracking stuff. Bro, I would have
Wait. Meat is food. Carbohydrates and sugar and fruits and vegetables are not food. That's garbage. That is garbage. Real food is meat. One guy asked me in the store, I saw him in a Chinese store, he had all these plants and everything in his wagon. I go, you didn't buy any food? And he goes, what do you mean? He goes, what's food? This is food. This huge piece of meat I have here, that's food. And he goes, what? This is food. That's not food, I told him. You spent $200 and you didn't buy any food.
protein shakes in the middle of the night, all this stuff, and I loved food. Chef Boyardee, Cheez-Its, bro, like chicken bakes from Costco, double lunches at school, freaking chicken nuggets, chicken sandwiches, cookies, bro. I went ham on everything. Now, if you're...
See? Chicken is garbage. It's putrid meat. It's got disease and shit and parasites. And then he's like, cookies and this and that. Cookies are not food. None of these foods that he just rang off, none of these things are food. They're garbage. It's garbage. Meat is food. Meat is what builds muscles. Protein does. So what is he talking about?
goal is to stay like healthier and like leaner.
What? Healthier and leaner eating cookies? How can cookies be healthy for you? How can eating garbage make you healthy? And then you go and lift in the gym and then you're going to say exercise makes me healthy. How does exercise make you healthy? And how does eating garbage make you healthy and exercising? That makes absolutely no sense.
While still gaining muscle, doing dirty bulk. If you don't care about a little gaining more fat, dirty bulk, right? I probably got to like 18% body fat at my peak, which still isn't bad. I just have the genetics to where I don't get really, really fat. Now,
you have the genetics that you don't get really, really, really fat? Well, you're an ectomorph. That's why. Apparently, according to science, you're an ectomorph. So there you go.
again, this differs for everybody, but I personally do not recommend dirty bulking unless you're like me and you love eating food and you just don't care for counting. A lot of people like love the whole counting thing. So if you're able to count all your macros, weigh all your food, more power to you. You can probably lean bulk and still gain just as much muscle.
Building modern apps requires
Bulk and still gain just as much muscle, if not more, than when I was dirty bulking. Because the issue is when you're dirty bulking, you gain a lot.
Lean bulk, dirty bulking. What's the difference? It's all garbage food. You're making you fat.
A lot of excess fat. You have to be in a caloric deficit for a longer period of time.
You have to be in a caloric deficit over time. Man, this is so false, dude. And then he says to you getting fat, and then he says caloric deficit. You don't need to be in a caloric deficit. You don't need to eat garbage food to build muscles. Science tells you what builds muscles. This is what builds muscles, bro. Here's what builds muscles. If muscle is going to gain mass, protein synthesis must exceed protein breakdown. There you go. That's what builds muscle, NCBI. So I have no clue what he's talking about.
Which could lead to losing more muscle mass, potentially, because you're cutting in a deficit for a long period of time. When you lean bulk...
Oh, if you starve yourself, you'll lose muscle mass? Yeah. If you starve yourself, if you starve yourself, so-called getting lean or whatever the hell he's talking about there, starving yourself, of course you're going to lose muscle mass. You should get lean first. You should get lean as possible first, and then start building muscle mass with protein, because it doesn't make you fat. Get it? What's the point of getting fat and then getting lean again? That makes absolutely no sense. This is all failure, and this guy is regurgitating everything that the fitness industry regurgitates. Garbage lifting. You understand me? Garbage.
Easier to go switch into a cutting phase because your body's kind of more ready for it, because you're not in a crazy surplus going from 5,000 calories a day like I was to 2,000 overnight. It's just not something your body enjoys doing. Your body likes maintaining homeostasis. There's also the thing where
Yeah, your body likes to be in homeostasis. It doesn't like garbage food, making it fat. Eat meat and water. That's your natural diet.
it's not really the best for your health. When you're eating that much food, it is not good for your...
Listen to what he's saying. When you're eating that much food, it's not good for your health. I eat a lot of meat. That is good for your health. It makes you young. It's anti-aging. I eat lots of it. The more I eat, the more anti-aging it becomes. I don't know what he's talking about. I have no clue. What food is he talking about? Slave food? Slave food is bad for you. Don't eat any slave food, okay?
digestive system to be handling all that. Especially me, when I was eating all that processed food, it is just not, it's not.
Your digestive system, you can't digest plants. They're garbage. They're undigestible. And they're filled with sugar and toxins. So what is healthy about these foods that make you fat? What are you talking about?
Healthy. I didn't care. I was 18 in high school. I really did not care. So if you're like me, you don't care, you can go ahead and do it. But me as an influencer, I'm going to tell you not to do it because it's technically...
Look, man, none of these slaves that grew up in the slave family, do they care? Nobody cares. Like he says, I don't care. I don't care. It's not that he doesn't care. It's that he doesn't know any better because he's been brainwashed. Get it? He's been conditioned. This slave has been conditioned by the system. The system has slaved you, all of you.
Not the healthy way to go about bulking. You can gain just as much muscle in a 500 calorie surplus and you can...
You can't gain any muscle bulking, okay? You're not going to gain any muscle. That's a lie. He's lying to you. You're going to gain sarcoplasmic muscles, and then they require maintenance. You have to maintain them lifting and eating carbs all the time because it's based on the pump. For every gram of glycogen, 3 grams of water drops between skin and muscle into the muscle. Boom. Sarcoplasmic muscles. These phony artificial muscles, bro. Get it? Now, as far as myofibular growth, the mass, well, it has to be maintained eating protein. That's about it. It's not based on lifting or doing anything else afterward to maintain it.
Calorie surplus, in my opinion. The third thing is going to be training intensity. When I first started working out, bro, I did so much volume, it was not even funny.
And trained people, it's associated with sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, like it says in NCBI.
Volume and intensity is kind of like a scale. It's either you have a shit ton of volume, like you're doing 25 working sets per muscle, but your intensity's down here per those sets, or you have crazy intensity, but your working sets are like here at like a 5-6 working sets per muscle group. So I think giving the amount of time spent in the gym, the more one that leads to growth, basically per set, is going to be intensity, intense sets, meaning...
He's telling you that sets are going to lead to growth. How can a set lead to growth? How does a set grow muscles? Sets don't grow muscles. Protein does. This too is, again, this is easy to debunk all this stuff, to go over this reaction video to this video. Everything he's saying is just regurgitation from the fitness industry. Just go to other YouTubers and you'll see they say the exact same stuff. Garbage, this garbage. And then he follows suit with it.
Training to absolute failure with good form, actually with intent too, like stretching and squeezing the muscle you were trying to target, not just throwing weight around like an idiot dumbass, like squeezing and contracting the muscle fiber.
Squeezing and contracting. There's nothing squeezing and contracting. You need to lift to open a window for protein synthesis. Then you need to go eat right away. Protein synthesis needs to exceed that breakdown to see that mass visually on that myofibular. I'm talking about real muscle that'll make you strong, and then you don't have to be a lifting slave all your life.
As hard as you can, optimally, going to failure with good form, doing partial reps, static holds, drop sets, all that's force reps.
Yes, force reps, static holds, drop sets, and all these kinds of things. Yes, they're going to magically build a muscle, bro. Get it? If the drop set doesn't work, then the static hold is going to work. If the static hold doesn't work, then do this kind of set and do like fucking that kind of set. Yeah, man, all right.
All those things, you only have to do 2 working sets is what I'll do. I'll pick 3 exercises. Sure. Usually when I want to have an intense workout, let's say for chest, I will pick...
This is how I know he's building fake muscles, because he's basing it on sets. If anybody tells you a set is building a muscle, then you're building sarcoplasmic muscles. Remember, when you're eating this garbage diet called this drug-induced carbohydrate drug diet that you're eating, okay? Sugar drug, carbohydrate drug diet. And so you're pumping your arms in the gym. You're moving your arms around in the concentric exercise, and you're pumping this glycogen into the muscle. You're getting sarcoplasmic muscles. That's all you're doing. That's why he says you got to start for a lean person. Yeah, if you look lean and pump your muscles out, then they'll all look pumped out on that stuff. That's why it looks good. That's why he looks so pumped all the time. Plus the chemicals that he's downing, all these weird chemicals to hold more water weight.
3 exercises, maybe an incline, maybe like a seated flat press, maybe a cable
He's just wasting his time. He's never built any muscles. He's wasting his time. And so are all of you.
fly. I'll pick 3 movements, 2 working sets for each movement. Usually going in, I'll do like a pump set, like a blood set, where I'll just do 1 set going.
See, a pump set, a blood set. He's gonna do a pump set. Yeah, he's gonna pump more of this glycogen into the muscle.
Like 15 reps, not the failure to get blood in there. And then I do 2 balls to the wall, like crazy hard failure sets with good form, but with drop set and partials. And
So he can draw more glycogen into the muscle, yes, okay.
those 6 working sets would equal back when I was 16, 17, 18, when I first started working out, where I just did like bro split volume-based training. I would do for chest 4 to 5, maybe sometimes 6 chest movements, 4 sets each, doing up to like 20 plus working sets. You know, I went to failure kinda, but as soon as I felt like it got hard, I would just stop.
Oh yeah, okay. He went to failure, that's even better. I went to failure, what does that do? That gonna build a muscle too? Failure? Holy man, out of what, vegetarian diets?
Rest my 60 seconds, and then I would go again. It wasn't that crazy intense. I wasn't crazy out of breath like I am when I do intense sets, but those 6 intense working sets would equal, in my opinion, if not be better than the 20 to 25 higher volume, low intensity sets. And for me, because you're doing...
What do these sets have to do with building muscles? They have nothing to do with building any muscle. You're trying to open a window for protein synthesis. If you lift weights, then the window increases more than the breakdown. There is a breakdown, but the window is now open to grab more protein to build that myofibrillar. That's about it.
You're in the gym for less amount of time, therefore it's more optimal. I don't care, like people will flex like, oh, I'm in the gym for like 3 hours a day. Like, I don't care if you're in the gym for 3 hours a day. There's gonna be someone who goes in the gym for 45 minutes and they're training their ass off.
If you're going in the gym for 3, I know people are going for 3 hours and then they eat for 10 minutes down at the McDonald's. How's that gonna build a muscle? That's just ridiculous.
Intensely, like some Dorian Yates style blood and guts, like they will get more out of their workout than you did in your 3 hours.
Yeah, you'll get more of your workout. It'll accelerate aging. You'll just accelerate aging and increase metabolic diseases later on in the future. And who knows what else? You'll wear out your joints and everything else. Okay. And you didn't build any real muscle.
It's just half-assing chasing a pump. And I know I used to have a different point of view of that.
See? And half-ass chasing a pump. Because the pump is associated with what? Sarcoplasmic hypertrophy.
Used to be all about chasing a pump and all that stuff back when I first started lifting, giving fitness advice, whatever. And I completely changed my opinion on that. Again, I don't know everything. I don't claim to know everything. This might even change if
He doesn't know anything.
there's some new scientific literature, whatever that comes out. But I love training intense now.
There was. I brought it up when I first made this video, but I wrecked it and I had to do it over again. So I'm not going to do it anymore.
I wish I wouldn't have done so many bro splits, high volume stuff, pump training growing up. I wish I did more intense workouts. So do not make the same.
No, it's okay to do an intense workout, but it's more important to focus on protein synthesis. Needs to see that breakdown, bro. Get it? Jesus.
Mistake that I made. Those are the 3 tips. Code Alex, Young LA, Rise Supplements. Check out my Inner Circle or my workout app if you guys want to support me. Love you all.
None of that stuff made any sense whatsoever. I would never follow any of his advice based on my experience and the way I built my body. And I'm in my late 50s, and I'm telling you, I've got more experience than him, 3 times the amount of experience that he will ever have in his lifetime. And I would never follow this fake advice. Waste of time.
God bless. Till next time. Peace out.
Yes, God bless you. Stop making up fake stuff and stop putting people on the wrong path. Whatever, Alex Eubank. Anyways, tell me what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. I'll see you in the next one. Man, that was faker than the last time, dude.